And so the Cleveland Browns take care of business today against the Arizona Cardinals. They beat the Cardinals by a final score of 27-0. Deshaun Watson comes back, throws for 19 of 30 for 219 or something like that, and two touchdowns. I thought he was solid today. I saw a lot of Browns fans, for whatever reason today, talking about how Deshaun Watson wasn't good enough. I think that's just flat out wrong. I think he played a decent game today. I don't think he played an A-level game, but I would give him for a B minus, a high B minus, or a low B for today's game. Struggled a little bit on the short to intermediate route throws. I think some of that has to do with just timing with the receivers, as well as the shoulder and just the stiffness of it. But on his deep throws, I mean, he had a couple that probably should have been caught. I mean, he had one of them, Marquise Goodwin, that was caught, but then was jarred loose at the last second. That probably was like another 30 yards right there. He had two very, very good deep throws to Amari Cooper today. But yeah, outside of that, struggled a little bit with the short to intermediate routes. A couple of passes were low. I thought, in the first half he was struggling a little bit with some of the throws in terms of the power and the placement of some of those passes, but I thought he was decent today. I do not understand the level of vitriol coming from some Browns fans about Deshaun Watson's performance. Now, do I think he played like an amazing game? No, I think obviously there's stuff he can improve. And he's going to have to play a lot better next week against Baltimore, who looks like they're the best team in the AFC. But for today, for his first game back, his first meaningful game back in 6 weeks, I'll take this performance. I'll take 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers. I'll take that. I will take that any day of the week. And, before this game started, I think if you ask any Browns fan, would you take, Deshaun Watson throwing 2 touchdowns and maybe 220 yards? Everybody would go, yeah, I would take that, obviously. I mean, I just don't understand why people all of a sudden just switch their narrative around. I mean, I don't know. But I thought he was decent today. I just don't understand some of the hate that some Browns fans are giving Deshaun. Defensively, just another terrific game. Was it 4 turnovers that they forced today, 7 sacks. Dalvin Tomlinson had like 2.5 or 3. Like, he was a beast out there today. Shelby Harris made some really good plays. Denzel Ward almost had 2 picks today. Martin Emerson, again, was just shut down as well. I think legitimately you could say every single player on defense today played a terrific game. Grant Delpit had a couple of hits in the backfield. Myles Garrett almost had an interception, had a fumble recovery. I mean, everybody on that front 7 especially was just terrific today. Now, we just need to preface this by saying they were playing the Arizona Cardinals, who are the worst team in the league. I would say they are probably in contention with Carolina as the worst teams in the league. So that has to factor in. Plus, you have a 5th-round rookie playing his first ever start, just like DTR, and it went about as good as what happened with DTR against the Ravens. So, I think that it was a good game, all things considered. The only concerns that I would have going forward against Baltimore and into Pittsburgh, Jed Wills being out for the year, most likely. He had that air cast on his right leg. That does not look good. It was a knee injury, as was reported by multiple people. You have to wonder, is it a ligament tear in that knee? I mean, from the reaction that he was giving, it sounds like it could be a ligament tear, or it looks like it could be a ligament tear. But I don't really want to speculate. So, you look at James Hudson on that left side. I am not comfortable having James Hudson start as your left tackle against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not happy and comfortable with James Hudson blocking Deshaun Watson's blind side. And, if he gets hit from that side and he gets driven to the ground, he lands on that right shoulder, it could be it. So, if I'm the Browns, I would definitely consider moving DeJuan Jones over to the left side and put Hudson at the right tackle. I think you have to start making that consideration. If Jed Wills is out for the rest of the year, I think that's imperative going forward, because I think DeJuan Jones would be a much better blocker of Deshaun Watson's blind side than James Hudson. So that's one of the things that I'm worried about. Second one, Deshaun Watson's performances going forward. Okay, he was good today. He wasn't great. He was good enough, but we need to see how next week's going to go. Is he going to build on this performance? Is he going to carry over, a decent performance and build on it and make a great performance against Baltimore, who has a really good defense? I think they're second right behind us. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Deshaun Watson and this Browns offense is going to figure their way out, because offensively the Browns are hurt. They are just decimated with injuries offensively. Marquise Goodwin, he went out with a concussion. He didn't look good. It's probably not going to be a go for next week Sunday. Jed Wills, obviously, he went out. He's probably not going to be good to go for the rest of the year. David Bell, we don't know how he's going to fare. Amari Cooper tweaked his foot or his ankle. We'll see how he does. But and then DeJuan Jones, he went down a couple times in this game as well. There's a lot of injuries on that offensive side of the ball that you have to be concerned about going forward. But like I said, I think, the two biggest things for me, Deshaun, if he can build on this performance, if he can turn this good performance into a great performance next week against Baltimore, then you have that, possibility or consideration of moving DeJuan from the right tackle to the left tackle and put James Hudson at the right tackle. I think I would feel a lot more comfortable with DeJuan Jones blocking Deshaun Watson's blind side than James Hudson, because I was watching James Hudson the first couple plays he was in after Jed Wills got hurt, and he was getting manhandled by the Arizona Cardinals defensive end. I'm not if he's going to get manhandled by an Arizona Cardinals defensive end, God only knows how he's going to fare against Patrick Queen or Jadeveon Clowney or one of these other dudes on the Ravens, or Roquan Smith. I mean, I don't know how he's going to fare. I'm not comfortable with him blocking as a left tackle, but that's just me. But anyways, Browns 5-3. We're still in the thick of things. I definitely feel like, if you win next weekend, you get to 6-3. You get Baltimore down to 7-3. You're a game behind. You get up a game on the division. If you lose, I would probably say division's most likely gone. Focus on getting that wild card spot. But next week's going to be a big game. Next week is going to be a very big game for the Browns, for the AFC North in general, as well. Tonight, Sunday night, against the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals. That's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to fare out, because if Cincinnati loses, they go, you gain another game on them. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a very interesting week here for the AFC North. Interesting 2 weeks for the AFC North. But yeah, like I said, Browns 5-3, very dominant performance today. That's what you wanted to see. Deshaun Watson looked good, and that's what we wanted to see from the beginning. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and if you're a Browns fan. Also, thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all in another video. Take care.